Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Perpetual here. If you're new, you are warmly welcome. And guys, thank you for joining me today. We are going to just meal plan for next week just because I have some time and I have my schedule ahead of time, so I'm able to do so. Now guys, this is as realistic as it gets. I usually start with a scented candle just because I'm going to be sitting for a while and I love the smell of this one. But anyway, I start with a really simple notebook. Guys, you do not need anything fancy and I am living proof of that. I just use a simple notebook. I have a few recipes that I have jotted down, starting with desserts, and I have some main meals, tried and true tested recipes that I absolutely love, and I keep reference to it just so that I can share it with people easily. And I also use it on days where I'm stuck, so I always like to start my meal planning there. I take a quick glance just to know what I have in there in case I get stuck while meal planning. And the notebook just has different sections, so I flip to the back and I just take out a few colored pens. You do not even need colored pens, but I have them, so I use them. I have them for my planner and I love using them, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a few today. So I am meal planning for the week and I am just going to list it all out. It is that simple, guys. Now, of course, when you start meal planning, it takes a little bit longer because, yeah, planning a whole week of meals, it doesn't come easy. But when you've done it a few times, for me, for example, I end up recycling a lot of the meals, and we used to eat a lot of the same things until I started incorporating new recipes into our routine. So again, it gets easier with time. So if you're just starting out, make sure you stick with it. It will get easier. Alright, so get started on a Monday. We know we're going to have bread, egg, and Milo. For breakfast. For lunch, it is jollof rice and chicken. And for dinner, it is yam and kontomire. And guys, that is it. Our Monday is done. And I like to lay it all out and then just fill it in as I go. If I have different types of foods based on what I am making for the week, I will give myself more options to pick from. Like if I come up with more ideas, which I do today, I just write it and then we can just pick when the time is closer. And like I said, when I get stuck, I just flip to the beginning of the book and I take a look at some of the recipes that I have. And based on how busy that day is going to be, that is when I pick the easier recipes. If I know I'm going to have a busy day, I am not going to be making soup and swallow of some sort. I'll make something simple, a stir fry, something that I can finish quite easily. And luckily, on most Sundays, I just have to worry about breakfast as we end up having lunch and dinner at my in-laws. And the most elaborate meals that we have in our household is usually on Saturday afternoons. So for that week, we're going to be having omuto and groundnut soup. And so that goes into the Saturday. And for example, because I'm making soup, I know that for the following week after this, that week will have some sort of soup because I will have leftovers from our omuto day. So I try to think ahead a little bit when I am meal planning, and I always incorporate anything that I have from the previous week as well. And even during the week, we end up eating a lot of leftovers. And if we have small amounts of each of the leftovers, we'll turn it into a meal, or in that case, we will have options. So at some point, you'll find somebody eating jollof. The other time, the same day, you'll find another person maybe eating yam and kontomire because they're just smaller portions left. We work with whatever is available. And on Fridays, I tend to like to clear out the fridge, so we definitely eat leftovers on Fridays. And guys, another thing to note, I think I posted this on Instagram and someone was like, you're not in boarding school. Like I'm not strict on what we're eating. Like if we wake up on a Monday and we feel like eating what we had planned to eat on a Thursday, we go ahead with that. It is not the end of the world. This is not written in stone. Things change, our schedules sometimes change, and we just adapt accordingly. But I find that having these written down, it just helps so that you're not stuck. And because what ends up happening is when you're stuck, you end up eating out, and it tends to be a lot more expensive than when you're making the meals yourself. So when I am done with the meal plan, I go ahead and take a look at the fridge. I take a look at the pantry, the cabinets. I don't have a huge pantry, but I take a look in there just to see what I have available and what I will need to replenish. And because I'm doing this a week in advance, I'm not really checking the fridge because what I have in there will most likely be out anyway. So I am making a list based on what I have meal planned for. So what I will do is when it is closer to the time, so on Friday, in this case, since I'm posting this tomorrow, on Friday, I will take a look to see what I have and either add on or take away from this list that I am making. So if I have some leftover bell peppers, I will no longer buy more. It's just a guide. And again, it sounds like it's a lot of work, but I prefer it this way because if I take this to the grocery store or to the market today, I know that I will get all that I need. And guys, that is it. This is proof that you do not need anything fancy to organize your life or to organize your meals. And guys, I hope you take a bit of inspiration from this, and I hope that this helps you in the upcoming week to make your life a little bit simpler, and I hope that it's able to save you just a little bit of money. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.